In this session we're going to look at changing the colours of objects that we put on our stage. So to start with, we're going to add a game object, and we're going down to 3D, and we're going to add something like a cube. You can add a sphere or something like that, it's up to you what you want to do. Now if I click play at the moment, these are the default settings. You'll notice that the colour is a blue background with this sort of grey box on the front. Remember that you've got to stop the playhead to make changes, otherwise it won't save. If you have the scene light on, you need to turn that off, and that way we get a solid colour down the bottom here. And what we also would like to do is first of all change our background colour. So you can see our preview camera here, the background is blue. We can change that by selecting the colour there, and depending on how you've got your colour palette set up, there's some different options up here. You can cycle through them and then select the colour you want. So I'm going to go with a white background. I can just click out of there. Now the background's white in my preview window, but my cube at the moment still has a dark colour. So what I want to do is change this cube. So I'm going to stretch that out. Just run that so we can see the actual cube in our background. And now I want to change the colour of this. To do this, we actually need to make an object. So we're going to skin this box. So treat this like a wireframe, and we need to make an object for it. So in this case here, we're going to make a material. So when we do that, it's going to give us a name for the material, and I'm just going to call this red skin. And once I select that, you notice at the top here, it has under inspector, red skin, and I can actually select a different color for that. So once again, I can head up to red and click out of that. But the box isn't red. What I've actually done is created an asset for that box. Now I need to assign that color to the box. There's several ways you can do it. I can click and drag and drop. Or if I wanted to, I can click and drag up to the name under the hierarchy. Or the last way, the preferred way, is to select the object first, because if you've got a complex character out here, you don't really want to be dropping it out here, and once you get the hierarchy and you get lots of objects all nested underneath and grouped underneath one particular object, you got to drop it on the correct one. But what I like to do is select the one you would like to do, and then just go across and drop it in the bottom here under components, and it will turn it red. But when we go and run this, you'll notice it's got a shader and it's got a very dark sort of reflection, and I would like it red. So what we want to do is edit this. So I would like it to be red, but you can also see down the bottom here you got highlights, and as I unclick all these, you can see the ball down the bottom here changing. You can change smoothness, there's other options as well, but the main one we want to have a look at is emissions, and I want to select that, and you see in here the color is black, and that's why when it's running we're getting that real dark color. What I want to do is also make that a bright red. So now it's a real bright circle. Notice it's a solid color, there's no sort of 3D effect. So when we run the program now, you'll see that I've got a very bright red box on top of a white background. So that's how we can actually change colors and skins. We can actually also add textures. We can actually add terrains like grass and things like that. A wood grain panel if we were trying to skin a box to make it look like a wall. So there's lots of things like that we can do. So if you found this tutorial useful, give it a like and a subscribe, and have a look at some other Unity tutorials that I've made on my channel.